round table, not round the square or triangle. We come to hang at the game on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're hanging around the table, our host is formidable. He runs his train, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's automatic in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. No mention and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dutch babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, it's Friday again. Welcome to the Grand Meeting Hall of Castle Camelot, also known as my basement. Welcome, fellow Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Hope you are ready for 3 hours of something. Lord knows what it'll be, but it'll be something. Can't promise what. That only made it worse. Come on, camera, cooperate. I need a center pin on this screen. That's good. Okay, I got a lot to talk about before we get to running trains. A lot of exciting news, good things for me, hopefully good things for you. But before we do that, let's start greeting all the fellow Knights of the Rhomboid Table. We've got at the top of my list our CEO, Sir Tim of Dowd. We've got Sir Scott from Balcurvey, Sir Christoph from the Isle of Man, Sir Chuck Schreiber, Sir Andy the Hot Dog Pilot. We've got Jean Ricard. We've got Sir Jeff from N-Scale Layout. We got Sir Jerry. We've got Sir Dino from the Model Railway Shed. We've got Sir Chris, and hello to Dame Amy in the back from the Model Train Aficionado. We've got Sir Ray representing the family there from Mom and Sons Train Rail Fans, and hi to Dame Tammy in the background and all. We've got Sir Mark and Dame Lisa from Moneybrook Junction is here. Sir Clive from Newland Railway. Sir Ray Bobel. Sir Ray Ron. We've got Sir KJ from Roland Blue. We've got Sir Russ from the Rockin' O Railroad. We've got Sir Tom Couples our Sergeant at Arms, and we've got Sir Tom Houston. Great to have you all here. And hello to all you watching on catch up or in the background working, the various Sir Marks, the various Sir Andys, David Cook, Sir David Cook, if you're still watching in the background, Sir Colin of Wykes, Sir Joseph Aglimato, we do miss you. I don't know if you ever get these. I know where you live. Basically, access to this is now cut off, but if somehow you catch on through a VPN, we still miss you, buddy. You were one of the first and one of the originals. Great to have you here. All right, so it has been a busy week in terms of model rail, so I'm going to start with that, but the biggest news is going to wait a few minutes. Just today in the mail, got a couple of things. Some of you that truly follow this channel know I'm doing a Christmas thing, and I've gotten all these Christmas locomotives. Well, I found this for $10 on YouTube. It's a Märklin 1993 Christmas car. So I'm going to be slowly trying to acquire a lot of Christmas themed rolling stock, whether British, American, European, Asian, whatever, as long as it's Christmas, that I can make some Christmas trains with all these Christmas locos I've been buying. Another thing that came in today is this. I bought this, and you're like, why'd you buy another church? Because I need that. Now, I know some of you are thinking you could have 3D printed it. No, I can't. My 3D printer seems to be on the whack right now. And so I bought this. It's close enough with a little bit of hot glue. I will be able to make this look almost identical to the one in Delmenhorst. So I will be able to complete that church that goes to Delmenhorst. And that's just one more thing to really start building Delmenhorst. I'm still looking for one building. I just spent a lot of money this week, so I really can't bid anymore on eBay. Although, actually, I did bid and lose, thankfully, because I think Joyce would have shot me had I won that bid. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. The Delmenhorst build is hanging there. It's waiting to happen. Hey, Sir John from Mystic Railway. By the way, John, great video today. It was nice to see you getting those couplers not couplers, your bogies and couplers sorted out for your end scale. We had Dino had up a nice video. He's completed his mining scene. Sir Ray put up a video earlier today. Nice little mail call. Although, man, dude, you are having some added adventures to all your travels lately. Hey, Sir Dave from Scott Rails, welcome in. And I saw Sir Greg from Great Northern, welcome in. Now, I did get one other thing in the mail, but I got the mail early enough. I threw it on the layout. It's already on the layout. You'll see them when we're running trains. Unfortunately, it's not what I wanted to get today. Most of you know the big news for me this week, I put up the video, is I finally found an affordable version of the Deutsche Bahn TEE. I got the diesel version, not the gas turbine. But I didn't care which one I got, in all honesty. I just wanted a VP 11.5. And I finally found one where it was still more money than I wanted to spend, but it was by a vast amount the cheapest I have been seeing them online when I've looked. So that's going to be running today. Unfortunately, the 3-car expansion set, because this train, except in extreme occasions, always ran as a 7-car set. And in fact, the instructions for it tell you don't run it very often as a 10-car consist, but it did run as a 10, well, I should say 8 coach and the 2 power ends, but a 10-unit consist. They say, don't even do that too often. You could buy 2 of the 3-car expansion sets and make it a full 10-unit set. But in the instructions, it says you really don't want to do that and run it extensively or where it's going up a lot of inclines, because that can damage the motors. Interesting, they give you that warning. But it did run primarily as a 7-car consist. So you'll see the 4-car version running today. I'm very excited. I'm thrilled to have that. I feel like a kid that had an early birthday. Did somebody else just come in? Oh, Sir Brian Jemsky came in. No, there's no such thing as being late. There's no such thing as being late. You say, Greg says, anybody else having that problem where my audio and video are out of sync? I'm not noticing specifically anything here. But yeah, I've been noticing on other people's videos, video and audio are out. So I think, well, it just could be a YouTube thing. I was watching somebody else's video and things were out of sync, and somebody's live stream the other night. I was watching Mark from M&M Rails last night, and there was a period where it was out of sync. So unfortunately, I don't know. Okay, so just a bit out of sync. Somebody else said 100% in sync here. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I hate for you to not only waste your time watching me babble and run my train, also that it's not smooth. Okay, so yeah, I've got 2 new things running this set of cars. I'll show you when we get to it. But now I think I covered everything else. So now I got to go on to the big news. I have been given clearance to announce this. It has been with basically 3 members of my family have been in the hospital. I mean, immediate family. My daughter had her surgery. My son-in-law had a small procedure, outpatient procedure on Monday, and my daughter-in-law had an outpatient procedure on Tuesday. So my daughter, my second daughter, my younger daughter had the major surgery a couple of weeks ago. And then we've had 2 other people. And then we've just had various other things, especially since before Christmas, the suicide of my nephew. We've had a lot of bad news, Joyce has been having a really rough time with some things at work. So a lot of things have been crazy, but at least now I get to share some really good news, and that is my oldest daughter, the mother of Kyan, has just announced Kyan's going to have a sibling. We're going to have, Joyce and I are going to have another grandbaby. So love to my daughter Lynn and her husband Chris. Kyan is very excited, and the biggest thing is Kyan's known for a couple of weeks, and he has kept his mouth quiet. A 5-year-old that can keep a secret, that kid is something special. Hey, welcome to Johnny Rayler. You appear to be new here, or at least under this name. Let's get you knighted. And I declare you a knight of the round boy table. All right, Johnny Rayler, you can post a link to your channel if you got a train channel. You can post a link to any comedy or hobby or fun, history, whatever channel. The only thing is no politics, no religion. No politics, no religion. We may discuss economics as long as we can keep the political aspects out of it. So yeah, we're excited. We know nothing else other than we've been given permission today to announce it on my live stream. I still can't announce it on Facebook or anything because she's going to make her official announcement, but she did give me permission to announce. So, hey, Sir Thomas of Split Rock, and speaking of big news, Thomas, was it Rapido is going to make an actual model of your locomotive for your line? Did I hear that correctly? That you are being heavily honored with that? But yes, we are very excited. We're going to have a grandchild, and that's wonderful news. I'm very excited. Kyan will have a sibling. He'll be almost 6 years older. The baby's due mid-late September. So up until then, it'll just be patiently waiting, and then I guess I will be picking up more grandpa babysitting duties. All right, so let's get to the trains now. Oh, BNC system short line. Okay. All right. So yes, I do know BNC short line. So well, now you're knighted again and can share that one. So yeah, we're kicking. We're very ecstatic about that. Okay, so let's get some trains. One thing I will say, and it might be causing some of you, is OBS just updated again. And even though I'm coming through StreamYard with OBS updated, and I think that's the only big deal. So let's get to some trains and get them running. All right, we are running. I called the stream T for 2 because I have 2 TEEs running. Of course, in German, they're TAA, but in English, we say TEE. So the joke doesn't work in German per se. In German, it's pronounced Tee, the drink Tee, and the letters are pronounced TAA. But anyhow, I'm going to run this TEE. It was running okay. There's one car that every now and then will act up, so I may have to stop this somewhere along the line and remove a car. But in its practice loops, it was doing okay. Emphasis on was. And why did you kind of pause and stop there? That's the problem. That's the ski on that car. I tried to fix it, but it's a little goofy. So I want to make sure if it's going to do this over no, it's just that one. Okay. So we'll see if we go. All right. Anyhow, the star of the show, unfortunately, I do have it running a long way to really highlight it in camera, but here's the new guy that I'm very excited to have. Here he is, the VT 11.5, ready to run. I just wish I could have done it in a full 7-car consist. Unfortunately, that was not happening. So I just want to see if it's just going to be a consistent thing on that one turnout. So we got the T. And then I decided, since TEEs, although they ran all kinds of routes, TEE did take over Rheingold. So I've got the Rheingolds running today as well. So a couple of Rhine steamers, although this Rheingold is running with the, it's running with a class 012, which is a modified class 10, I believe. I'm just watching this TEE in front come around. I want to see if it is going to do this little act up every time it crosses that spot. Yep. Okay. So next time around, I'm going to stop it and remove that car because nothing else is acting up. But I told you I had one car that's been, whoops, he's in reverse. Take off, eh? Get going. Get going. Come on. You can do it. And then I'm running my Bavarian Rheingold right behind it, so we'll get him in motion. I think. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Dude, come on. Go. Go. There you go. Come on. You can do it. You know what to do. Usually you want to run 90 miles an hour. All right. I'm going to stop you for a second. And then I'm just going to stop this guy here because, yeah, every time I think it's the second to last car is the bad boy. I'm running a class 220. This is by ESU. To be honest, it is not my favorite loco, but I haven't run in a while, so I thought I'd run it. And way at the back, you'll see 5 Coke wagons is how they're officially described. So I will get him in motion as soon as I can get to my controller. But you'll see 5 Coke wagons. These came in this morning, or I shouldn't say this morning, about an hour before we went live. So I was able to add them to the consist. So I got a little Era 4 hopper train. And then way in the back, I've got this little DHG 500 shunter. He's pulling a little bit of stuff on his own. There he goes. Hey, Sir Andy of March West Junction. Hello, man. How are you? Hey, man. Yeah, but it's an 012. So, okay, now I need to give him just a little boost of juice. Come on. I don't know why you're jittering there, but you're jittering. All right, so I do believe that now this may cause a short, but I want to see. I don't want to stop everybody. But I think you are the issue. I think it's you for whatever reason. If not, then it'll be the other guy. Where is my re-railer? Where did I set my re-railer? There it is. Hey, I'll catch up on the chat in just a few minutes. Whoops. Tried to short everything out. All right, let's see if this guy goes over that without that issue happening now. And I'll get to the floor in a minute. I just want to see if I can make sure this guy's going fine. Because I think this is the car that's been acting up with the, but right now it doesn't look like it's, it might just be that it's the switch. Okay, so that went over smoothly. We're good. So it's just this guy. I'll have to figure out why this guy is acting up. Oh, that's why right there. That was a quick and easy diagnostic. The ski was a little bent off of position, but I'll just run it as a 5-car consist. All right, now down on the floor, you guys have all seen what's running up above. So down on the floor, we're running my 2 British Steam Classics. We are running El Mallard with a rake of various tones of teak. And then we are running the Duchess. And we all know the Duchess is a little bit snooty to get going. She takes a little while to, she's getting old. She just, like a lot of us that get old, she needs a little bit of time to get the motor moving. And we are asking her to pull a rake of 5 cars today instead of the usual 3 or 4 I have her pull. Yes. That is a BR18 on it. In fact, the blue Rheingold, that's a Bavarian BR18. I think it's an 18.3. I forget which one, because I've got an 18.3, an 18.4, an 18.2, and an 18.5. I got a bunch of 18s. And the other Rheingold, that is the brown and cream coaches that's running the outer loops. That actually is pulled by a BR18, but that BR18 doesn't like the incline. So I wanted to run this one on the incline, and I've run my 01 and my 03 recently, so I decided to run the 012 or the whatever you want to call it. All right, so now I think I can crank up you just a little bit. And then I want to give that 220 a little bit more juice. But yeah, like I said, I knew that one car could be problematic. It kind of was. I just got to work on the shoe the shoe keeps working its way loose. The third rail pickup, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. That thingy-mabobby right there, this one keeps working loose and sideways. So, so as it rides along the rail, it eventually, especially going around the curves, it starts to move and slide. And eventually, when it goes over this one point, it acts up. Anyhow, let me see. I did earlier this week. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's do the workstation cam. There you get a nice close-up at the back of that beautiful Bavarian. Speaking of which, I need to turn the lights on that Rheingold. Where is it? Okay, it should have them on. Champagne pop. Hey, Sir Dwight of Curly, how are you? Sir Efo. 18.2 is the Württemberger. 18.4 to 18.6 is Bavarian. But yeah, I couldn't remember if this Bavarian, I thought this Bavarian was 18.3 though. But unfortunately it doesn't say so because it also goes by another code. But yeah, oh, this mic is in the way of me seeing my control. Maybe if I move this guy that way a bit, that might make it easier. Yeah. All right. Oh, we already left the station. Whoops. All right, we'll catch that one coming through, and then any second now we'll catch the Rheingold, or not the Rheingold, the TEE coming through. That's nice. Catch it on the Bremen corner view. Actually, the Joyce view might be a good shot of it. That's a good shot of it right there. God, I really wanted those three cars to get here today. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Hey, me and Joyce and Rusty were going to get on that, but it didn't stop. Woo! Get a little bit of a walleye lens effect there. Oh, that's a great shot. The more modern TE in the front, pulled by the Class 103, and the older diesel one in the back. That was great timing, Anthony. Almost like you planned it. All right, let me catch up with the chat. You're getting closer to subs and watch time. All right, yeah, we'll get you there. All right, Ron, I'm glad you do. Yeah, the Bavarian's the S36 and the Württemberger is the C class, which I do refer to that one as the C class, but they're all 18s. Well, hello, Dame Mara. Welcome in. The little DHG 500 is every now and then having a little bit of a jittery issue. '2010 is our good friend Tim of Dowd, Sir Tim of Dowd. Yeah, dark blue with cream. I've got the one here that's going away from you now around the curve. That one is listed as Rheingold 1928. That is the Märklin name for its release. Not that that's what it was called, just that it's a Rheingold as it would have looked in 1928. I do not have a year for the blue and cream Bavarian Rheingold. It is, as you said, probably older, just because the style of calves are older, as well as the models. The Bavarian is older because it's got just these silly little circular. It is early LED lighting, but it's not like the lamps that the newer model has. All I know is I got both of those for a third of what they were worth. No, I got the big Rheingold. I got that for a quarter of what it was worth. That was a $1,200 set, and I got it for $300 because the guy selling it just wanted to get rid of it and he didn't know what he had, and it was in brand new condition. His father had bought it, stored it, and never run it. Rheingold literally means the gold of the Rhine. Now, to give you, to bore you with a little bit of history, in German mythology, which is kind of like Norse mythology, it's the same gods, although sometimes slightly different names. Like Odin is Wotan, Thor is Thor or Thor, and so forth. There is this hero named Siegfried who fights a dragon and kills the dragon, and he goes on a lot of adventures and he eventually gets murdered, but he buried his gold in the Rhine. Actually, the dragon came from the Rhine, and then when he killed the dragon, he hid the gold back in the Rhine. So it's a big German myth. So the Rhine was supposedly lined with gold. Now, where does that actually come from? Probably that the Rhine was such a major economic waterway, even in Stone Age times, that it was seen as a source of trade and money, and thus a golden river. But so that's why Rheingold, the gold of the Rhine. And so the Rheingolds ran routes that basically encompassed the Rhine. They could go all the way up to Amsterdam, which is where the Rhine empties out into the North Sea, and then all the way down into Switzerland, where it starts in the Alps, the Vorderrhein. And it starts near the border of Liechtenstein and Switzerland. I think it's in Switzerland near the Liechtenstein border. Hey, hello, Sir James of Dundas. Hey, Sir Raymond Legs, how are you? Well, Jean Ricard, everybody knows the Rhine is a river. Not all Americans are ignorant with geology, and most of them have heard of the Rhine. Yes, too many Americans are very bad at geography, but overall, most know that the Rhine is a river. But why the train is called the Rheingold? Because it was a first-class train, but it's based on that Germanic myth of Siegfried, Sigurd, and that gang fighting the Burgundians and the Huns. Well, Raymond, just leave that because it does border into realms I don't want to get into. Hey, Sir Mick, there's no such thing as being late. A good bartender shows up when he needs to. Almost. Oh, let's go with the long view early. I usually like to wait until after the first hour to go to this view, but sadly, and I say sadly loosely, if you notice the new 5, and let me get on the camera here. Where is it? Quick, hurry! There's no time. You got 2 trains coming at you, but the 5 coal wagons on the back of this, here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're all weathered. They don't fit in with my layout. They're weathered. all these nice, clean, shiny trains and freight and passenger cars. And then here come these dirty, dusty, although the 3 cars on the front of that train are also weathered. So the first 3 cars on this train are also weathered. Joyce got me these for Christmas, and I love them. I'm so grateful. Joyce did such a great job for me for Christmas this year. And the 3 cars behind it, she got me for Christmas as well, because I told her I wanted a hopper freight. And Joyce knows what a hopper was, and I gave her a list of here are some different ones, and she picked the right ones. You know, if I look at the ones she didn't buy, I'm like, no, I'm just as happy with what she bought. She bought the right ones. Hey, Sir Digger Evans, watching in the background while taking care of Ron. Oh, I'm sorry. But a great video by you today. Another masterclass in weathering. And there is Sir Hi and Dame Jaime, if she's in the background. Oh, we got all 3 going. Technically, that's my westbound, although it becomes eastbound on the other side. Well, no, it's technically it's eastbound now, but it's the westbound lines because they come out of Delmenhorst in what would be direction west. Yes, and Rheingold. Oh, we're just going to, KJ, we are just flinging the Rheingold puns today. Yes, a speedy, speedy recovery. And then you can get the Edelweiss, which is sort of like the German version of the Orient Express. And again, before the rivet counters start getting their knickers in a bind, I said sort of like. Hey, Sir Craig, how are you? God, now you bring up, oh, Raymond, you're doing the Kraftwerk bit again. It's funny, I've had so many friends that I've been talking about Kraftwerk with. I was talking to my friend Christopher yesterday, and he was pointing out the British comedian, is it Ron Bailey, and how he did the famous song Hokey Pokey, but in Kraftwerk style a few years ago. I hadn't seen that video. And there's Sir Calmer. Welcome in. Welcome in. We'll catch that guy again. See if we can catch. They're going to be too far away. Maybe up the ramp. Catch them passing. The two TEEs tip their cap to each other. T for 2. Every time we pass them, I'm just going to go T for 2. So that would drive you all crazy because they'll pass each other twice every loop. Wrong one. There we go. There's the T. T for 2. You can't see the other one in the background, but there he goes. So I'm going to announce this several times, but if you just came in new to the channel, the biggest news is not my new TEE. The biggest news is I'm going to be a grandpa times 2. My daughter Lynn, also known as Lindy, and people wonder how she got how she became known as Lindy, because her name is Lynn. It's because when she was in high school, she was in a bunch of classes with another girl also named Lynn. And so the one was Lynn whatever, and she was Lynn Dodge. so she was Lindy, and it just became Lindy. So now we all call her that, Lindy. Actually, I usually don't. I usually just call her Lynn or by her full name, since I'm the one who gave it to her. But yes, I am going to, they are expecting, she is 12 weeks along. Baby is due in September. She is rooting for a girl since she already has a boy. So more power. Joyce would love a granddaughter to go with her grandson. So I think we'll be happy, either boy or girl or whatever. But yes, we're excited. We're going to be a grandpa, second time grandparents. So yeah, we're depending. Hopefully Joyce had a good day at work. Her work week has not seemed to be quite as chaotic as the last couple, although she's had a very busy week. So hopefully she gets here a little closer to her normal time and she can beam and gush about going to be a grandma again. So what do you think of my little hopper wagon? A lot of you that like freight. Now I could do an all tanker freight. I got the all container freight, and I've got the all flat car freight. So I could do like along with mixing them, I could do 4 different types of freight trains now: flatbeds, hoppers, tankers, and containers. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah, I figured a lot of people might like the weathering. It just feels weird on my layout, but what the heck. All right, coming around the corner. There we go. T for 2. And down on the floor, the Duchess is chugging along nicely. The Mallard is trying to reset his speed record. Maybe I'll slow him down a bit. There we go. So here comes that Rheingold, the 1928 version. Although with that locomotive is not of that era. But I don't care. It's model trains. It's a fictional world. All right, coming into camera, let's catch that VT 11.5. There it goes. Nice, nice. Oh, thank you, Sir Scott. I appreciate that. What are the passenger cars behind the BR-18 Rheingold? Well, they are from Märklin. I believe they were made by Pullman. I could be wrong, but I think they're Pullmans. The one thing I am so frustrated with, although I almost solved the problem, but somebody outbid me at the last second, is these trains would normally have 2 baggage cars. They'd have 2 baggage cars and 4 to 6 passenger coaches. On some routes, they might go up to 8 or 10 passenger coaches. I think 9, because I think the longest they ran was 11. But again, that's me trying to remember what I read when I got them. Like 11 coaches total, or it was 11 coaches plus the 2 baggage cars. That would have been the longest. But anyhow, yeah, Jean, I could run a tarpaulin. I don't have a lot of tarpaulin cars. I think I have 7, maybe 8. So it would be a short tarpaulin. But yes, you're right. I could run I could run tarpaulin too. I got the 3 DBs, the 2 DBs, and the 1 CFL. So is that 6? And do I have another one? Let's go check. Not you. Not you. 1, 2, 3. Oh, right, that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 tarpaulins. And if I get into the I hate these. If I get into the herb freight, which I wasn't counting, I could also run a train of Era 3, 4, and into 5 various reefer wagons, refrigerated wagons. Well, the thing is, a long time ago, they did a Southern Pacific, Brian, but you probably already know that. But I think it was an F7. Well, thank you, Craig. It's I'm really just celebrating the T and Rheingolds because the train that's well, not the one. I had the 2 TEEs, of which the one I always call the TEE Rheingold because one of the car is actually from a Rheingold set in the TEE colors. So I just thought TEEs and Rheingolds, and then I had to pick 2 other trains to run with it. So I did a couple of freights that I thought might fit 1950. So maybe, all right, let's get off this guy. Man, I love that shot. There's just not enough trains going through it to just leave it there. Having said that, we got 3 there at one time. Go get them. VT 11.5. Oh, I really, really wanted those 3 cars. I'll have them tomorrow. So in the end, it's all good. Oh, you got all the F7s except the UP. Wow. And there's Sir Chris from the Valleys. Great to have you here, sir. Saw a couple of your short videos. I'm too much of a snarky person. I know better than to just say I saw your shorts. I always make sure I say short videos so nobody can make any joke that I would make back at me. You don't have any F's to give. Hello, Sir John, the big friendly giant. Nice to welcome you in. I have plenty of F's to give. I gave a few to the delivery parcel service when they notified me that my add-on cars were going to be 2 days late because they were originally supposed to be here Thursday, but the shipment got caught in those storms that went through the Midwest last weekend into the beginning of the week, which backed them up, which I understand. But they were still saying it would be here Friday, and it hit Indianapolis yesterday. And usually if something hits, depending on what time it hits Indianapolis, because the next step from Indianapolis on its way to me is Pontiac, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. It will go Indianapolis, Pontiac, Michigan, and then to me. And if it's in Indianapolis early Wednesday or departs early Wednesday, I could see it. I could potentially see it on my doorstep Thursday, but it left Indianapolis late afternoon, and then it reached Detroit early this morning and left Detroit early this morning, but it didn't get to, it hasn't gotten to my post office yet. They don't have it marked. Working on repairing the windmill. I had saved repairing my windmill for a long time, and then my cats killed it a few months ago, to the point where just to have the windmill, I had to fix it in ways that it can never run again. And that's why I don't have cats anymore. That their last little rampage across my table, it was goodbye. And they trashed my layout. I'm so glad it was a Tuesday. It gave me Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday morning to fix everything and get ready for the live stream. You have 1,201 subscribers now. Very good. I know I passed 2,900. Because we are over 2,900, we're starting to keep an eye out for getting close to 3,000. So I'll probably start really eyeballing it, but I still figure I'm easily 4 or 5 months away from at my rate of growth. I go through stretches where I add 30 to 40 subs a month, and then stretches where I'm adding 15 to 20 subs a month. Hey, there's Sir Andrew, the shortbread variety. Your backdrop fell on top of the windmill. I'm sorry to hear that, especially with N scale. Oh, the cats are doing a lot of running. They still live around the house because Joyce won't stop feeding them. She feels guilty now. And, oh, it'll be off camera. Up there it is. T for 2. T coming right into your house. But it turned away. Now Rheingold coming right into your house. Zoomy. One thing I'll tell you is I love the tail lights on this. Don't ask me why. It's got two-tone tail lights. It's red and white, and they're very bright. They're very obvious. I don't know. I love the tail lights on it. Down Raymond, T for 2, and a Rheingold 2. One subscriber at a time. Yes, James, one subscriber at a time. I think we all know that. I am not a subscriber counter. I pay attention when, watermarks or levels get reached. I'm just always amazed at how many subscribers I have, because it's not a competition. How many subscribers another channel has no effect on how many subscribers you have. Nobody steals subscribers from anybody and things like that. But hey, Sir Randall, there's somebody just checking in from work. Okay. I am amazed. I have the number. I was shocked. I made 1,000, and thus 1,500 and 2,000 just blew my mind away. And that's why when I celebrate, it's about giving to you guys. I mean, I figure my channel is too eclectic and too weird to be a big channel, and yet we're not a big channel. But to me, 2,900 subs is very big, because when I had 200 subs, 2,900 subs seemed huge. And now I'm looking back, but I don't do any. The only thing I've done different is I did monetize my channel, which means commercials pop up, but all my commercial settings are at the lowest level. If I cared about that, what I've done is I make the least amount of money I could make on my channel, because I don't want the inconvenience to be on you guys, because I'm not about the money. I have enough money, but since YouTube is throwing commercials on my channel anyhow, my attitude is I want a little piece of the pie, and I earn enough money to buy a loco or two each year. And there are channels that make that much in a week or a month. More power to them. Well, thank you, BNC Shortline. I just, again, I'm not saying it because I've got a lot of friends here that have 300, 400, 500 subs. And if I start downplaying my numbers, they're like, oh my God, you've got so much more than me. I know. And that's why I'm so eager to give everybody a boost. A couple of years ago, I did a 2-hour video where I just gave a shout out to every channel I was subscribed to that had less than 1,000 subs. I just went through and this is a great channel. Check her out. This is a great channel. Check her out. This is a great channel. You know, check them out and go, go, go. Yeah. Harrison has 200,000 subs, which I don't know if that's the biggest. Although I think he also does gaming on his channel, because I'm not subscribed to him. I don't think he's subscribed to me. I'm not subscribed to him. Hey there, Sir Josh Cannon. Oh, well, thanks, Lyra. I mean, because, I don't do the things that the YouTube algorithms, although I think sometimes we misuse that term, but the YouTube program, I don't do things that I think the YouTube program says is in your best interest. That if you want to grow your channel big, which is, like in our hobby, the things that do well are building layouts and doing consistent, even if you only put up 2 videos a month, where you are actively progressing. Model train people, the majority of them want to see that. Or doing reviews. And I don't really do reviews. I do the first impressions, which are almost always positive. And I got some guys in Germany that give me grief about that. Every time you do you say how great it is out of the box, but you don't know if it's going to be any good. You're right. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but it was great out of the box. Because I'm not going to talk anybody into buying, trying to talk people into buying. If you want to hear about the Märklin system and how it works and what the pros are, I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you what the cons are. I won't tell you which control system to get. I love my Central Station 3. I've had the ECOS and the Central Station 3. They're equally great. I've worked with the Z21 with friends. It's great too. It's all a bit of what is your personal leaning. There might be some subtle difference I don't pick up that makes an ECOS nicer to use than a Central Station 3. Sometimes it's just company bias. There are some people who don't like Märklin, so ECOS is better. There are some people that are pure Märklin, so Märklin is better. I like my ECOS, but it was a used one, and it had a couple of glitches that were getting worse as time went by. So when I decided to buy new and rebuild my layout, I bought the Central Station, which I think is just as good, if not better than it's definitely better than my used ECOS. But I would never say, oh, you have to buy a Central Station 3 over an ECOS. I would never do that. I'm never going to talk somebody into buying something, because if I try to talk you into buying something, and it goes bad, then I feel guilty. Well, thanks, Chris. I gave you the bug. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Your bank account will have to decide that. Well, I don't know about that, Raymond. We haven't had the windstorms earlier this week did a lot of damage, but yeah, Ray's just had a computer crash. His entire internet system was down. It came back, and now it's down again. Probably because of the storms they're fixing, which cuts into things, and then they reset, and then they fix and find the next problem. Blah, blah, blah. You have not bought a train for over 2 years. Oh, my goodness. Sir Daz is here. How do? Oh, the Duchess stopped. She needed to powder her nose, apparently. All right, milady. Your impertinence is not appreciated. Whoops. I timed that beautifully badly. Okay. I tell you, nobility can be such wieners at times. Mr. Dodge, we need you to give us a push now. Yes, Your Highness. I'm an American. We did away with nobility. Mostly. But oh my God, Daz, how you doing, man? We've missed you. And yes, we have missed you. I miss Mav too. I miss Chris Whittingham. Don't go there. There's a lot of people that cross her. I miss our old Sergeant at Arms, Joseph Aguilinato. Finally had a video from, and I wound up getting a couple of emails from Mark at Model Railway Fantasia. So he's alive and well, just focused. He's moving house, but not to Poland yet. He's going to wait. He's waiting for his one daughter to finish schooling, and then they're going to move to Poland. Which Rapido announcement, because we were talking about how, and I'm sorry if you're still back there, Thomas, from Split Rock. I caught wind that Rapido is going to make a locomotive based on Split Rock from Split Rock Mining. Thomas at Split Rock Mining, his layout and channel. I understand they're going to do that, which, what an honor. Oh, 70 hours a week. Yeah, that's killing. Yeah, Josh, I'm with you. I think of it as purple. But I keep getting told it's brown. But man, it certainly has a magenta to purple sheen to me. Or are you thinking, or are you looking at the cream and blue one? This one coming right now there. Because that one's actually blue. But yeah, it can also look purple. But the other one is the one that I see purple. So yeah, that's amazing that, but you know, now Monsville there, Mon just mentioned they make videos based on that they think are interesting. And it's hard for me to put myself in the mindset of the audience. I make the videos that I make. I don't make them with an audience in mind, which is the problem. I guess the audience in mind is friends, the ones who get my quirks, who understand where I'm coming from, and no, they're not going to get serious reviews or going to see a serious professional layout or anything like that. And I'm going to do the comedy stuff because, you know, the views speak, and I like to do the comedy stuff. And they get the least amount of views on my channel, but I'll still continue to do those. Yes, I know it's been 3 months since I started season 4. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with things, and I just have not been able to get my head wrapped around writing. And every time I think I'm ready to go, something happens. Purplish brown. Well, good. That splits the difference. I can live with that. You know, and I don't know, but the funny thing is, you mentioned the person, and that's true. If somebody's a really annoying person, then they're not necessarily going to get views. Although, let's face it, anywhere controversy sells. So you can be a complete scumbag, but if you could keep being controversial, you can grow a big following, because it's that accident on the side of the road thing. You'll draw attention by being the freak show. So you're taking me outside so you can prune your shrubs. Well, I'd help you prune, although Joyce prefers further me. All right, Brian's got to roll out. You have a great weekend. Take care. I'd love to go to Ollie Polly, but not happening. But I just, I'm going to be the same old boring me. And for all the people that come and stay, think of all the people that come in, stay for a couple of live streams, a couple of videos, and then you never see them again. So minority are the people that stay. even if I talk about subs again, I can have 2,900 subs, but I'm lucky if a video gets 200 views. I've got a lot of subs that don't give a shit about my channel. You know, they're like, yeah, I subbed them, but I don't watch anything. Poly's too far. Yeah. Yes, I saw that, EFO. I saw the little pub in Prague. They've got a little miniature wonderland. Switzerland had one, and to this day, I know I brought it up in the past, but I still kicking myself in the butt. I was 100 feet in front of Switzerland's largest public modern layout exhibition, and I didn't even know it was there because I would have turned around and gone in. It was literally right behind us. There wasn't even a sign like Model Trainland Switzerland, 100 feet down these steps. And you have Mini World Rotterdam. Well, you can't do any better than the Black Knight, can you? Come back here and I'll bite your knees off. Well, Black Knight, welcome in. And now to play you a Knights of the Round Boy table. Just a flesh wound. No, it's not your whole arms off. I've had worse. You're a loony. Oh, your knees went to that one. So someday I'd like to get, I really like to go to these. I've been to Miniature Wonderland 7 times. I pretty sure we're 7, if not 8, but I know for sure 7. They didn't ban Hornby. They elected not to do the UK because of the scale issue and access to parts. Well, they do, but there's largest layouts and there's largest privately owned. But yeah, it's supposedly as big as the Märklin or the Traumwerk layout. It's a very large display because that was the thing. Joyce and I saw all 3 in 1 month. We went to Miniature Wonderland and then we went down to Göppingen and saw the Märklin, and then we went to Anger in southeastern Germany to the Porsche Toy Museum and saw the Traumwerk layout. And they're all awesome. They're not as big, remotely as big as Miniature Wonderland, but they're still huge and a lot to see and worth the price of admission because they don't just have the layout. Märklin has an entire toy museum in the Märklin, and Porsche has a massive toy museum. So very interesting stuff. All right, James is taking off. All right, take care, James. Going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm not sure yet what I'll be doing tomorrow at 10 a.m. But again, to the newcomers, yes, I'm going to keep announcing it. Joyce and I were told Wednesday that our older daughter, Lindy, Kyan, our grandson Kyan's mom, is pregnant again. So we're going to have another grandbaby in the family. So yes, we are extremely excited about that. Can't wait. But we'll have to. Good timing. But that was the issue. Back when I visited Miniature Wonderland, before they announced they were going to do France, they originally were going to do England and then France because they acquired that building, and their goal was to build England on this side or France on this side of the building, and then have the channel be the bridge between the two buildings, and then start with the UK. But the UK was too out of scale, and according to Frederick Brown, the quality of UK models was not up to the range that they were due. There was not a lot of UK available, and they would have had to try to find Lima, British model from Lima, and Rivarossi, and they just weren't sure. Because I've seen Italian steam at Miniature Wonderland. My other daughter is doing fine. She is the biggest thing she is having is she is trying to gain her physical stamina back. But to her credit, my pride, she is making herself get up and walk around. I went to pick up Cayenne, and she has to go along, which she normally wouldn't do, but so she could get out of the house, walk around the parking lot, walk into the school, and see Cayenne come back. And we stopped off at Tim Hortons on the way home. But yeah, she's got a ways to go, but she is definitely, you could see she's used to the changes. She's getting used to the changes. She still talks about it feeling different, but she is getting used to it now. I do it here. T for 2. That joke only works as an American. But of course, they then built that big Italian section. I forget the actual name of the Rome's Hauptbahnhof, their central station, but their model of it is amazing. Well, thank you, man. Hard to believe her surgery was almost 3 weeks ago now. Now it's got more of a name than that. It's the something Termini Roma. Oh, no, they have not. The South American exhibit is filling up a lot of it, but they've just acquired more space. They have bought more space in the first building. They just acquired more space in the first building. So they're going to be doing some massive rearranging in the next year and a half. France is going to get moved. These are all plans they just announced. They're going to be moving and rearranging France and Italy a bit because they want to They still are hoping to do the English idea is back in the works with 3D printing and modern CNC machinery. They feel they could potentially make their own. They've also been in negotiations with some of the German production companies to encourage them to start making more British stock, because a lot of modelers on continental Europe would like new British stock that's an HO scale. But they've also said that one of the next goals is Asia. They don't know exactly where they're going to start, but Japan, China, and India are going to be 3 of their next stops. Plus, they want to do Africa. No, they do not own all floors. In fact, the very lowest level of the floor of the building they're on belongs to Hamburg, Dungeon Hamburg. But there was a business on the other side that's gone, and they've acquired that space. So from what I understand, they've acquired another whole floor of that building. Hey, Sir Tom. Again, it's, they've already done Monte Carlo and obviously Monaco. They've done not Aquitaine, or is it Aquitaine? I forget. No, not Aquitaine. Begins with a P. Oh, my brain is not working tonight. Yes, indeed. Most floors are not usable because of flooding. But apparently they're going to try to tackle part of that. But yeah, they just had some flooding a couple of years ago, and then they had this big winter, so I don't expect they're going to have a little flooding this year, because they had a ton of snow in Hamburg this year. Even the canals froze over. Yep, I like that one too, Josh. That is, it's an S36, also known as a Class 18. It is a Bavarian Class 18. But I do, and that, the funny thing is that model came out the same year as that guy right there, the TEE. They both came out, were first released in 2002. Although I think this version I'm running came out in 2003 or 2004. But it was first announced and they had it in production for about 2 years, like 2002 to 2004. So it's available for the 2002, 2003, and 2004 production years. So technically it was 3 years available. Rayron, actually, there is actually a lot of HO stock. It's just impossible to get here. But there are HO collectors throughout Eastern Asia, Southeastern Asia, and Kato makes it for them. It's just really expensive to get here. Well, thanks, Tom. I didn't really specifically pick an era, but imagine it being like 1950 with a couple of heritage trains, so to speak. They dug out the Rheingolds and cleaned them up. Or it's Heritage Train Weekend, and they're all heritage trains. But, it's kind of hard to think 1950s when you got all this 1950s, 1960s, when you have all these 2000 automobiles and built architectural styles around as well. You only know brass? Okay. Yeah, I've got a former colleague, a friend of mine, Ryo Kitamura, who obviously Japanese. He taught Japanese at my school and was part of my department for 20 years. And the only other guy in the department, which usually didn't mean anything, but sometimes it was nice to have somebody else who fights this battle on that side. But be that as it may, he had a massive N scale layout, which he left in Japan when he moved to the United States. And he went over and brought some of it back years ago. But then he just decided to build, he rides the ride-upon size, you know, the ones that are powered by a car battery and such. Because I got to say, he's bigger than 1 foot scale, or, you know, the 12-inch wide rails, the 1 foot gauge, the 12-inch gauge. I think his is definitely bigger than that. So I don't know what those scales go up to. You know, I helped him solve a couple of problems with when he was designing it, because he has a track that runs around his house, and he had to get permission from the homeowners association in his neighborhood to do it. I can never live with an HOA. You have one Japanese train made in Japan. Five-foot scale. Yeah, you know, that sounds right, Sir Jason from Fresno. I would think, trying to remember, that he might be on 15-inch gauge. Well, thank you for that. I was hoping somebody would know. But I know his track is wider. His rails are wider than a foot. 15 inches could be. Is there an 18 inches? Again, it's been so long since I saw it, I can't remember. He at the train show, I did not film him this year. I went and talked to him before I started the live stream, so I didn't bring him on camera. So I was talking to him, and he had his he built a miniature Japanese equivalent of an S-Bahn, you know, a light rail unit, little EMU unit that he runs around his house. One of his favorites. Those of you on your phones now hate me. They're all too small. I can't see anything. You also do live streams, so you know a little. Well, my thing is, I don't know anything about trains other than some general information. I only am learning a little bit about German rail. I've been into this hobby for 10 years, and I started knowing nothing other than some basic German trains of the modern era, the ICE, the Regiobahns, and I love the IC3, which is why it was the first train I bought. You do 2.5-inch scale on 7.5 gauge. Now, see, that stuff I know because I see so many channels that do it. A lot of former UK guys, they left the hobby, the 00 scale and layout building hobby, like David Jones, Ali from Martle Road just posted a video where, because he's driving trains now, but he had moved into the 7.5-inch gauge stuff, but then he got accepted into driver training school, and now he actually drives. And he just posted a video yesterday, I think it was yesterday, where he just set a camera in his cab, and you got to watch his train ride, and he's driving it. All right, we'll do. Have a good night. Thanks for popping in, Mauro. We really appreciate it. I have no idea what time Joyce will show up. I asked her this morning, and her answer was no comment. I said, "Are you going to make it home? Are you going to make it home earlier this Friday, closer to what your normal time used to be?" And she was just like, no comment. She brushed me off like a politician. So you do a little bit of live. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I know there's like, what is it? 3 and there's 7.5, there's 12-inch. There's at least one smaller than 7.5, isn't there? Well, hi, Sir Greg. How are you doing? You had your little doctor's bit canceled on you. Sorry to hear that. Yes, she did. She just. There we go. 3.5. I knew there was a 3.5. Yay me. I didn't know the. Hey, Jason, do they ever round up on the 4.75 to 5 inches? Because I swear I've heard 5-inch scale or 5-inch gauge. Because that was the one I could think of. 7.5, 9, 12, 15, 18, and up. Because I'm wondering if Rio's is 18 and not 15. There's a Belgian vertical boiler steam loco from the 1870s called Prince de Liège, under operation for restoration here in the U.S. Well, I was notified a couple of weeks ago by Sean of Pennywise Railroad, Canadian gentleman, really cool. Got to meet him live after seeing him in live streams for a few years. We met him in August. Through him, we got to visit them, a place where they're restoring a steam loco. And he let everybody know a couple of weeks ago that it is now done with restoration and out for test running. Struggling a bit. Yeah, I can imagine. Because even though they didn't do the full thing, what they did to you has got to beat the crap out of you. Five-inch gauge sounds like fun. Well, the problem is, Raymond, when you start talking about 5-inch, most men will turn around and change it to 6. It'll officially be called 5-inch gauge, but all the men will call it 6-inch gauge. Aha. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty one, Epo. That's gorgeous. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. Silver and gold, silver and gold. That's pretty. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I went the wrong way. Yep, that's a winner. Unusual? Why would it be unusual? Why do you say it's unusual? It's a steam locomotive. They're all unique. Some more mass-produced than others, but they all look unusual. But then again, what would be usual? What would be normal? That's why I'm impressed with people who can tell the difference between an 18.5 and 8. They know all those little things. I don't know, and to be honest, don't care. It's a Class 18. I'm just barely learning Class 18. I was pleased when I learned what Pacific was. Anything that's a 462 is a Pacific. Got it. That's easy. Now telling an 18.4 from an 18.5? Don't know, and in all honesty, don't care. That's terrible, I know, but it is what it is. Has to be noisy as hell. Well, I had the sound muted, so I couldn't tell. But I would agree, just that many moving machine parts, it would have to be noisy. All right, let's put this camera on for a little bit, although. Eight-cylinder and 4x V2 setup. Okay. See, now you're talking just like a car, and now I'm with you. $5 and $7.25 are done outside the U.S. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for that info, Jason. I appreciate it. Because one of the guys I know in the UK, always says he does 5 gauge. Yeah, my problem is trains were one of those things I never really experienced. There was a house I lived in from 1969 to 1972 where we had a rail line in our backyard that was not fenced off. I will not frighten you with a couple of stupid things I did as a 7-year-old that we all did as a dare, not realizing we could have been killed. Along with just putting the pennies down and nickels down every time there were trains coming in, which also we were told was bad. All the pennies and nickels I had flattened by trains running through my backyard. If I had all that money today, I'd have about $3, $4. Sort of played chicken, but no. We rolled on it was box cars and it was moving super slow. So all my friends and I rolled under them. It was long box cars and we rolled under them. Somebody's dad saw us do it and we all got our butts whooped. Never did it again. The video had a test run. The pressure. Well, hello, Sir Victor. Welcome into the weekly meeting of the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Let's get united. I now declare you a Knight of the Rhomboid Table. Busy day, 21 runs and counting. Wow, Randall. Man. I've been waiting to hear if you were able to go ahead and get that computer because it was in a not finalized date because it wanted me to add my information, but since I was giving it to you, I didn't want to add my information, so I'm hoping you just were able to log in and sign up if you've had a chance to mess with it. But if you haven't, then that's okay. Interesting. But Victor and the other new people, I run European trains, mostly German, but also Austrian and Czech. I used to be modern era, but I have expanded my horizons. Today, I'm currently running a brand new train that whoops, not that one, not there. Coming into view now. That's my new guy. I got him Wednesday. Coming down to view, and now, boom, there he is. T for 2. I'm going to annoy all of you with that. And T for 2 at the station. All right, stop it, Anthony. You're annoying yourself with that. $63 hours. I remember those days. Did I see Luma? Hello, Sir Luma. Fancy having you here, Luma. Yeah. Oops. See, I tend to focus on the right side because that has more trains consistently running. The other side, the Dunhorse View side, only has 3 lines going. And here we go. Here we go. You know what's funny is this camera at this angle with the buildings here, it really looks like this is superimposed, like this is 2 images. This looks like I am a video and then this is the live, even though it's the same camera, just the way these buildings set up there. Maybe it's just me, it feels that way. I understand that, Randall. No, Luma, it got delayed in the mail, I'm afraid. Very, very disappointed. It was originally supposed to be here yesterday, and then with the snowstorms, they said there'd be a 1-day delay, and it was going to be Friday, and it took too long to get out of Indianapolis, so it didn't leave. I know this is geography you may not be familiar with, but things coming from the Western United States, they go to a city called Indianapolis, which then goes up to a suburb of Detroit, Michigan, and then they come down to Toledo. So it made it to Michigan. It left Michigan at 5:30 this morning. Now, they could have just kept it there and I would have driven up and gotten it myself. Excuse me, could I pick up my mail? No, we have to deliver it through the proper channels. Just give it to me. I'll sign it. You guys are going to keep it here for 2 days and not send it when it should be sent. Give it to me and then we'll be good. Well, I guess that's good in a bad way or bad in a good way. I don't know which way to look at it. Hey, Joyce, if you're at work listening in, tap in a hello. But yeah, I got a lot of new things, actually. I actually added one more of these silver Herkimers. And it was Rainbow Bell that was talking to me about these. He was trying to suggest what they were. These are from a company that was called OK Toys. And apparently they did make their bases out of masonite. The funny thing is, every time I hear Herkimer, I think of that superhero comedy called Mystery Men. Why, that's a Herkimer Battle Ginty, the most powerful non-lethal tank ever made. Everything had to be non-lethal. Oh, I wish it was a front door delivery, but I already got the package delivery today. I got this little Christmas car to add to my Christmas trains when it gets Christmas time. And then I got these 5. They're coming around to you right now, right there. These 3, and then there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 coal hoppers, coke hoppers, as the Germans call them. Those came in today before the live stream. So I was able to switch out some non-hoppers and run just a short rake of hoppers. People are typing, hi, Joyce. The thing is, Joyce says she does listen to the live stream while she's at work. But while she's at work, she might be over in her classroom here and her phone's on her desk, or somebody walks in and starts talking to her. I'll sometimes ask her, did you hear me calling you during the live stream? No. You were out in the hall talking to somebody, weren't you? Maybe. Yeah, that's interesting, Luma, because obviously I don't have a lot of experience with this. It's the first time I've actually seen one of these physically in person. Even when I belonged to the German train club I was a member of, I don't recall anybody having this TEE, or if they did, they didn't bring it to the shows. Anyhow, the instruction booklet says to run it as a 7-car consist. You can run it as a 10, but do not stress it. And they're not even so much worried about the connection. The instructions talk about the strain on the motors. They say if you're going to run it as a 10-car consist, do it gently. Whatever that means. So I'm just going to do it as a 7 and call it good, because it rarely ran as a 10-car, because I've been doing my reading on this now. It was only certain routes later in the 60s when certain routes were getting heavy. More and more people were trying to get on. And so they started expanding to a 10-car. But even in reality, it did not run as a 10 car very often. It did run. It had certain routes where it ran, but that was later in its career. Yeah, that gets crazy. That gets crazy. I see that. Unfortunately, I see it in things like the UK as well. Most people here are not Märklin people. Most people here aren't Märklin. I think you could count the number of Märklin people that are actually actively speaking on this channel on one hand. I can specifically think Luma runs Märklin, Jean Ricard runs Märklin, Raymond Legs runs a lot of things, but I believe, don't you run some Märklin? I don't think EFO runs Märklin. I think EFO does two-rail and tends to be a Fleischmann guy. You got one of the N-scale steam locomotives trains going couple back. Okay. Well, it's not eBay shipping. It really isn't eBay shipping. It's just, how can I talk about this without it being going, and I don't want it to go any further than what I'm going to say. So just hear what I say. And this is because I have family that work in the U.S. mail. Mail is taking crazier routes in the United States right now because of the number of budget cuts and people that there are 5 people needed for this job. They have 2 people on shift. Just leave it at that. So I've got a lot of followers in the UK for whatever crazy reason that is. Maybe it's because I can quote Monty Python and I know the 2 Ronnies and my love of the young ones, and that I consider Rick Mayall one of the greatest comedic gods ever to exist, and I miss him. Bastard. Tom, I know, and then there's Tom's Märklin layouts and trades. He does Märklin and two-rail. And then Tom Houston has Märklin stuff. Whoop. Did we freeze there? Yeah, we had a little freeze there. Hammer time. Oh. Roco makes mostly two-rail stuff. Roco is predominantly two-rail, but they do make some three-rail stuff. A lot of their major releases, they will usually release a three-rail version. Because as a big rail company in Central Europe, if you don't make some three-rail stuff, you're not going to sell as much as you can. Because Märklin is the 800-pound gorilla in European trains. The vast majority, I shouldn't say vast majority, but I would say easily 60% of the people who run trains in Germany are Märklin. And you could go up into Scandinavia, and a large percentage of them. In fact, you guys all know the guy Märklin. Oh, I shouldn't say you all know, but you know the channel Märklin from Sweden. When he says Märklin, he doesn't mean the company. It's just that the company is so dominant that the Swedish word for model trains is Märklin. So when he says Märklin of Sweden, he doesn't mean, now I believe he does run Märklin trains, but the Swedish word for model trains is Märklin because that's how dominant Märklin was. Until recently, Märklin was the largest producer of model trains in the world, but Hornby, because of some of their more recent acquisitions, now is a bigger corporation and produces more trains, but Märklin is still right up there. And in terms of he bought an LS Models EMU for 600 euros, and it was in 2-rail DC. That's either an oops or he's confident he can convert it. That was either a big oops or he's confident he can convert it. My Joef 241 that I ran last week down below, because it's 2-rail, it is set up to be converted to 3-rail. It has the spot on the bogie for affixing the shoe. It's got the hole and the spot on the bogie to affix the right size Märklin shoe and make it 3-rail. You just have to change some wiring on the motor. The harder thing is going digital, because it's got a big weight in the tender, and that's where you'd want to put the decoder. There's not enough room. I don't know, you might be able to put an 8-pin decoder in the locomotive, but even inside there's not a lot of room. But I would have to probably put an 8-pin decoder in that 241 to it'd have to go do an 8-pin decoder and then make it Märklin. But it's set up that it can be converted. I want to see what Monville asked. I missed a question there. Yeah, I've noticed there's been a couple of freezes here. That's interesting, Victor. We have a guy in the channel. He's Ray Central Z127. He does Märklin Z scale. Should have seen my live stream a couple of weeks ago. Here in Toledo, Ohio, I went to the local train show 2 weekends ago. Yeah, 2 weekends ago. And I have never seen so much Z scale. There were at least 4 dealers that had large selections of Z scale, mostly Märklin. Of course, Märklin was the inventor of Z scale. And they're probably the largest producer of Z scale, but they had a couple of American companies and a couple other companies, Japanese companies. Was it Tommy Tech I saw? Tommy Tech? But anyhow, I have never seen so much Z scale in my life, and there were just tons of it there. 4 main dealers, as well as some other people had limited selections. That was crazy. Yeah, indeed. House repairs come first. No, Dave. The only Märklin that is 3-rail is HO. Everything else they do is DC. Märklin, which also owns LGB for G scale. And then Märklin does 1 scale. And then they have Tricks for DC to HO. They're 2-rail HO. And then Mini Tricks, which is N scale. That's all 2-rail. And then Märklin Z scale is 2-rail. I will say, I have seen Märklin Z scale many times, and I've always been impressed at how much detail they get. But the newest stuff, a guy had some of the newest stuff that was just in the catalog from last year. Holy moly, the technology is just, the detailing in it is better than some of the stock I have in HO from that's 10, 15, 20 years old. The detailing in Z scale was better than some of the detail on some of my older stock. Well, there's Sir Ian from Fife in Scotland. Oh, you're asking about Fife in Scotland. I thought you were saying hello from Fife in Scotland. He's a Dave is a Scottish expatriate. And the funny thing is, everybody always asks him, well, he's Scottish and his channel Scott Rails, but it's got 2 T's. That's not Scott Rail. He's got 2 T's. If I remember correctly, but I don't want to give away secrets, it's related to his name. Fife like life. I can't help it how you Scots pronounce things. Even your fellow Islanders don't understand you half the time. Heck, Glaswegians don't understand Edinburgh. And vice versa. And that's my excuse. You only have, because they were selling start sets and you had no willpower. They can be expensive because it's so small to get all that tech into it. So, you know, N scale tends to be cheaper than HO because it's smaller, less plastic, less metal. Z scale, you would think, but there comes a point when you start going smaller, the price starts going big again because the technology to make it that small and make it work is more expensive than the technology in the HO. All right, good night. Hi, I really appreciate you hanging out with us. It's always great to have so many people that just stop in every week for 10 minutes or 2 hours or however long it is. You just got a second for the N scale. Right. Well, I'll be in there for a little bit. Bob from PK&W is doing a live stream at 8 o'clock tonight, but I'll try to pop into that one briefly too. Nick, I can't understand them either. So Fife like I swear I've heard it pronounced Fief, but yeah, maybe I'm thinking something else. But I have occasionally accidentally said Edinburgh instead of Edinburgh, and I have been yelled at. It's Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh. And I'm like, okay, how do you pronounce the capital of Paris or the capital of France? Paris. It's Paris. It's Paris. If you're gonna hold people to a standard, pronounce it the way we say it, then you got to pronounce it the way they say it in other countries. So it's not Berlin, it's Berlin. And actually, you'll hear everybody in my family say Berlin. It's Berlin. It's not the Potsdam Conference. It's the Potsdam Conference. It's not Hamburg. It's Hamburg. I'm just having a fun rant. Don't mind me. It's all fun. You have a new loco cam to test. I need to invest in a small Wi-Fi. I would love to do forward cam shots, but the only one that I can broadcast from, and I haven't done it in a while. I probably should have set him up today. I got my GoPro, and yes, it's upside down, but that's the best way he fits on here. If I have the GoPro flipped the other way, he clips the corners of my canopies over on the Dumb Horse station. So, yeah, I run the GoPro, but he goes sideways, which turns out to be a really cool view. I've had a couple of channels that do it, and they say they did it because they saw it on my channel. I don't ever claim to be the first to have done anything. But when I started running this as a side view camera, it was the first time I had seen it on a channel. I had seen plenty of people doing camera views. I know people that have the old Roco Taurus that have cameras in them, and some other companies had cameras inside their locos. Paul, who used to be Tommy's station, and now he's Paul's Hobbies or whatever. Sorry, Paul, I hate to say it like that. His new name channel, it's slipped my mind. He did a really cool thing where he took a little flatbed and he took the front off of a old loco shell, and he stuck a little computer camera behind it, and then stuck it on front of the train, so it made it look like you were seeing through. It was a very clever creation. I don't know if I explained it well enough, but it was very cool. Hello, Sepper. Through the Mercury service. Okay, I did not know that. Well, hello, Sir Arthur of Ogage. Yeah, Toledo. Toledo gets pronounced a couple of different ways. Here in the city of Toledo, we have Toledo, and then you have the people that say Toledo. Sort of like Missouri, Missouri. And in fact, the entire state of Ohio, you can draw a diagonal line from about 50 miles south of Cleveland, diagonal to the city of, through the city of Dayton to the Indiana border. North of that, everybody says Ohio. South of that line, everybody says Ohio. So I could be from Toledo, Ohio, which is how I say it. I could be from Toledo, Ohio, the way some people will say it. I could be from Toledo, Ohio, which is how everybody south of Columbus would say it, Toledo, Ohio. Where are you from? I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Oh, Toledo, Ohio. I've been there a couple of times. Hey, Trey Boy, there's no such thing as being late. This is not a job. You don't clock in. The only one that can be late is me. If I say it's starting at whatever time it's starting for you, because for all my UK and continental friends, it's starting an hour earlier than normal, then I would be late if I was 5 minutes after that time. But you people, you come in when you can, and you leave when you gotta. I say it 1,000 times every day. I am just surprised anybody comes. I'm glad. I am extremely grateful, but I just got a bunch of cameras on my trains. Sadly, at times I get known as that camera guy, but Dave is now caught up. He's got a ton of cameras on his live stream now at Scott Reels. No, that's not quite how. The best way to get the American pronunciation, Monsville, is S-O-D-D. We say soldering. We pronounce it like the Danish pronounce the letters L and D. In Danish, the letter L in front of a D just becomes another D. Right, Jean Ricard? But we say soldering. We say soldering. So it's like sod, as in what British people call somebody being stupid, or what you call turf on the ground, sod. We say soldering. We just make the L silent. Now, I have been heavily influenced by German and European and island friends that now I have been pronouncing the L, I've noticed. I'm starting to say soldering. I'm starting to pronounce the L. So it's becoming soldering. KJ, that is a great question. And the answer is I don't think so. In my opinion, I absolutely think it would work. See, and that brings up a point I was going to make earlier, and then I got distracted because that happens. Ooh, shiny object. Both these Rheingold trains that I'm running, both of these, froze up again for a second there. Both these Rheingolds I'm running, they should have 2 baggage cars. They had one at the front, one at the back. They should have 2 baggage cars. But only a couple of sets Märklin released actually had both baggage cars. All their other sets, 1 baggage car. And they never sold that I've ever seen. Please, this one time where anybody could correct me and I'll happily take it because I'll start looking for it. Because I have looked on eBay where you cannot get that second baggage car by itself. You have to buy 2 sets of cars, which I almost did a couple of weeks ago. Somebody had a nice set of the cream and blue Rheingolds here, the Bavarian Rheingolds, had a nice set for $115. $115. 4-car set, just like what I got, plus another baggage car. And I was like, oh, I could run that. And so I wound up putting a bid on it, which stayed for a while, but somebody finally beat me. And then 4 days later, I saw the TEE for sale. And it wasn't on a bid, it was just for sale. And I hemmed and hawed about it. And literally the day after I saw it for sale and put it on my eBay watch list, like I'm going to keep an eye on this and think about buying it, my friend Jim from Hover Motion started a series of videos. He got his tricks, his old tricks. He's got the gas turbine model, but he put out the tricks version of the 11.5. Yeah, and that was weird. That was so weird that came up. I'm doing all right, Arthur. How are you? In fact, I shouldn't say I'm doing all right. I've got a couple of things I suppose I'm grumpy about, but overall I'm doing great. Trains are running great. Got some good people here. And as I've announced, and this will be the 4th or 5th time I've announced it now, 5th. I just found out on Wednesday that I'm going to be a grandpa again. My oldest daughter is expecting her 2nd child. So my wonderful, beautiful grandson, Kine, is going to have a little brother or sister. I think with the Edelweiss, if you're talking the models, I think the Edelweiss did run with the set came with two coaches. There's 2 Rheingold sets that came out with the 2 baggage cars, where it's a 6-car set. You get baggage cars and 2 second-class coaches and 2 first-class coaches. That sounds like a great shop, Train Boy. The problem is I would need them to sell German 3-rail stuff for me to really enjoy it. And my buddies at Ormondy's, 2 hours east of here, they'll have some stuff for cheap, but a lot of their stuff goes expensive too. There it goes, a little too fast for this camera. I don't know. I should probably slow it down for better camera views, but it's supposed to be a fast train. I know I clicked away just as that was about to show. And T for two time. All right, I've told myself to stop it, and I can't help it now. It's become a thing. Stop it with the T for two stuff. How are we doing on the floor? The Duchess, after a firm talking to, has now gotten her act together and is cooperating again. The Mallard just doing his thing, rolling along, being one of the coolest steam locomotives in the world, the A4. Victor, how many controllers do I have for running on my trains? Well, one and many. So how's the best way to do it? I'll tell you what, I will do it. I'll give you a tour, but it's going to be the crappy camera way. All right, let me set this up. Got to go to Video Ninja. Yes. Ever since your upgrade, you've been more annoying than ever. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so where do we begin? Okay, so here's my master controller. This is a Märklin Central Station 3, which I can control as many as 11 trains across the screen, but really I only have the 2 dials for actively controlling 2. So that's my main central controller. Now, connected to that, you can see the cord here. I have, this is called a mobile stick, which is kind of a misnomer because you're not really that mobile when you're tethered. So I've got that controller. So what I do, I control, this is the train in line 1. So this is my TEE Rheingold. This is my TEE, the 11.5. And then this is controlling the Rheingold that is passing right now. This controller is that one. And then you can see I have another tether, which runs over to here. So that's controlling the other Rheingold, the blue and cream one that's in lane 4, which is going to go past right now, right there. Then, I just made y'all dizzy. What does Andy call it? The vomit cam. Then I have the computer apps, which basically mirrors what's on here, but I can control different trains. So you can see I'm controlling that little 220 with this one and this one. And I could open up multiples of these and control it all on my computer. And if I wanted to suddenly control another train, I could just double click and bam, I could be controlling another train. So depending on how big your screen is, how many trains you could go across on there and control. And then on this laptop, I'm doing the same thing. For example, on the Rheingold, not that one, but the other one, the baggage car has its own decoder. So I have the baggage car decoder, which has all kinds of light and sound functions on it. Actually, it's over here. So, and then I could also use an app on my phone to control it all. And then currently not being used, I have my truly mobile stations. These are Wi-Fi. I just don't have these turned on right now. I use these if I know I'm going to be away from the controller. I use these as my emergency stops if I decide to walk over there. Although I'm going to have to reprogram them because this app updated and it changed the IP address it reads. But so that's it. And then while we're at it, you can see I got a bunch of my trains over there. Behind those flags over there are all my locomotives, so you can't see them. And then way over there is my old-timey collection, the Herb herb collection, but there's also stuff from Horst and myself that's up there. So that's sort of like all my old tin plates and old stuff I picked up from Herb's collection. There, that's a tour of everything. And then the big hole in the middle of Delmenhorst, because I'm slowly working on some things. The Fowler car system, which is working. The Fowler car system is working. Except I forgot to charge the bus. I just have to trim some rough edges. Woo! Infinity and beyond. Whoa! Psychedelic man. Hey, Sir Simon. Great to have you here. All right, let's get off this before everybody gets sick. There, we'll go to that. So I have one base controller, which I can control everything, but to make it easier while I'm live streaming to immediately access, I just have all this. So this would be the equivalent of sort of like your NCE power cab or throttle or something like that. Although watching you guys with your NCEs and Digitrack throttles, I think this is easier to use if you do digital. If you do analog, you can't use this. This is only for digital. So that's that question. I hope that was a fun answer. Yeah, Tom, you found a set with the two. Yeah, with DCC, you can get away with much fewer computer. Now, obviously, I have a lot of controller mods, but it's only to make it easier for me to access rather than scrolling through my trains. You know, if I wanted to just use the computer app, it would be very easy to control all my trains. I'd still have to have the Central Station 3 on, but I can control everything on the computer very easily. Hey, Matt Slade. You honor us, Sir Matt. Thank you. I am doing well. And now the sixth time to announce it, I'm in very good spirits today because we were just told on Wednesday, but we had to keep it quiet until today. I am going to be a grandfather again. So my grandson, Kyan, is going to have a little brother or sister in September. So we're all excited. I'm waiting for Joyce to get here because, you know, she's been excited and, you know, she can't wait to share the news. So hopefully Joyce will get here quickly. She's already 20 minutes late, but it is what it is. Hey, did I see Sir Doug is here? I didn't forget the floor controllers. I just don't count them. That's a different thing. That's DC. So for every train running, you got to have a controller. I was showing the Märklin system. That's DC. That's a totally different thing. Well, I appreciate that, Train Buff Boy. Appreciate it. There's Sir Doug, forever DC. But the thing is, it sounds bad because Märklin is excellent stuff, but Märklin really is digital for dummies. If you wanted to get your feet wet into digital because you're scared that there's all this crazy thing, a Märklin mobile station with C-Track is no different than running a DC controller. And it's even easier than running DC because you don't have to run a bunch of drop wires down to a bus wire to distribute the power. AC is a more at this level of electrical flow. AC is a better, more efficient flow. You're staying in Reading tonight. Oh, that's right, because you're going to the Ali Pali. That's right. I'd love to go to Ali Pali. And you're airbrushing a new project. Well, I hope that new project involves trains. Otherwise, I don't want to know what you're airbrushing. Well, it can be a model. So if it's something in the model train world, we're okay. Because I just got to tell you, airbrushing is a really lame way to try to do cheap tattoos. Yeah, Ali Pali's a big show. the Festival of Trains, but it's at the Alexander Palace, so it gets called Ali Pali by the cool kids. I went to Getz, and I went to Warley at... Oh, man, I tell you, see, the brain's just not on fire today. My grandson goes hot and cold with the trains. For the last 3 weeks, he has been into the trains, although this week he kind of stopped. I made the video. He wanted a video made, so I don't know how many of you saw the video with Kyan, because Kyan demanded a live stream, but I wasn't going to live stream because as cool as some people think it would be with Kyan doing a live stream, here's how it would do. I would take some time and let Kyan pick his trains, and it would take Kyan an hour or so to pick his trains and how he wants the cars arranged. And then, okay, Kyan, are we ready to start them? Yeah. Okay, well, we got to start the live stream. Okay, Opa. I would start the live stream, start the trains, and 5 minutes later, Kyan would be like, okay, I want to go paint now. And I'd be like, we just started the live stream. Hey, Sir Aaron is here, full of antibiotics. I'm sorry to hear that. But hot Morello cherry pie and double cream can't be all bad. Oh, well, that's cool, Mons. That you only have the one DC feed for each one, for each circuit. That's good. And again, you can usually get away. I should say usually. That sounds condescending, doesn't it? You can get away with, depending on the size, you can often just power it. But I remember as a kid with the one DC model train I had, the few times I ran it, I got some extra track, and it made a loop. And you didn't really notice, but I know my uncle, when he would do trains, he would have a long layout, and he'd have the one wire, the two wires, but one connection. And he would talk about how on the furthest side from the wire, you would get a slowdown because power was fading at that point. But the thing is, with my Märklin system, you buy a train, you get your Lupa C track. I mean, you can get the K track if you want, or even the old M track. But you can get a Lupa C track. It's a 2-wire connection under one track, just like you would do, but it's already designed for it. They got the little spade connectors. Where's my little piece of track? Is it here? Here we go. So you take the 2 spade connectors. Yep, we'll go solo. You take those spade connectors, connect them to these 2 spades, have your circuit, turn this on. Actually, this turns on as soon as you plug it in. And as soon as you set your new digital loco on this, it automatically loads into this. You don't load anything. You don't have to worry about CV values, nothing. It loads all the functions in. It assigns it an address, and you're good to go. If it's a pre-owned loco, then you will tell this the train's on this address. But if it's a new train, it loads it all in, including the name of the train or the loco, BR18, blah, 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 blah. Rheingold set number, blah, blah, blah. It just automatically loads it in. You don't have to do anything. And then just like whatever, you turn the power knob and it goes. Turn the power knob, it speeds up. Turn it the other way, it slows down. hit the power knob to change direction, 2 buttons that say stop. So it handles like a video game. Sorry about that. I'll get my ugly mug off. Are you coming? All right, there comes the Rheingold. The Rheingold. Uh-oh, we've got Artie the Aussie. And now it's empty. I'm going to leave this here because he's going to come. Plus, the other guy's coming right now. The other TEE. Hey, there's Sir Eric. Hello, Denmark. Denmark. Lovely to have you here, sir. Lovely to have you. I visited your lovely country recently. Last June, I spent 10 days in beautiful Denmark and got to see many amazing cool things, including skiing and gaming. I got to stand on the point of Denmark. Nothing gets cooler than that. But Niels, we will now add you. I now declare you a knight of the Rhomboid table. Niels, you are now a knight of the Rhomboid table. You have the blue shield and the blue spanner. So you can post a link to your channel if you got one, or other channels you think are cool. We just ask you, no politics, no religion. This is our peace place, so we don't get overloaded by all that stuff. I want to go back. It's just a question of when. Aaron, what did you miss? I am running, and you'll see it coming in view here in a second. I am running a TEE Rheingold right in front of us any minute now. TEE Rheingold with a Class 103 locomotive. And then in the back is my brand new VT 11.5. Yes. And here there's nobody. There's absolutely nobody. No train. Oh, wait, there we go. Coming at you is a ESU Class 220, and in front of you is a blue Bavarian Rheingold. There goes that gorgeous. Oh, so yeah, sure. I'll show up. We got a 4-way crossing here. But here we've got a Class 220 pulling some hopper freight. And that blue and cream, that cream and blue and cream Rheingold is coming around again. That's being pulled by a Class 18, a Bavarian Class 18, also known as an S36. And then here is another Rheingold being pulled by a Class 12 or a Class 012. And then way in the back, we got a little Märklin shunting diesel called the DHG 500 pulling a little bit of flatbed. That's what we got going. Yes, Niels, it is. It's a 23-year-old model, 22-year-old model, brand new to me. I just got it on Wednesday. It is in like new condition. It probably has less than 10 hours running on it total. The skis have just a slight bit of wear, but enough to show that it was probably run more than just a half-hour run-in. So, yes, I am quite ecstatic with it. And the 3-car set, add-on set, was supposed to be here today, but it got delayed in the mail. It'll be here tomorrow. And I do have one Danish train. Well, I got one Danish loco, a Vectron of the DSB. And then I have 5 Danish coaches. Problem is the coaches are from the 1970s, 1980s, and the Vectron, of course, is from the 2000s. So they're not the right era, but I don't care. I get to run a Danish train. I forget what it is. If I could get my hands on an MY or an MZ at a cheap price, I'd do it. Peace and affluence. Instead, you got effluence. Which Model Bond train? Which one? Well, KJ, I don't have a... Hey, there's Ray Central. How are you? Sir Ray, great to have you. When you say the Model Bond train... all right, Josh, thanks for hanging out. Yep, Joyce is running late again. I don't know what to do with that woman. She just works later and later every Friday. Oh, yes, I know the Thalys. I would love to add the Thalys to my collection. A Thalys and a TGB shall someday be mine. It's just when I can find one I can afford. Take care, Josh. And everybody check out Josh's channel. He's got a lot of, he runs a lot of different gauges. Young gentleman. Oh, the Model Bond Union. That's been great. It's run great. The only thing is it seems to tire. It doesn't like running a 3-hour live stream. It seems to want to do 2 hours and then it decides to chill. Suddenly starts to slow down. Yes. Yeah, the red bullet train. That's the Thalys. It will be red. Yes, Simon. The red and silver, red, and gray ones. You found it for $40. Oh, lucky you. I saw one on eBay for about $60, and I tried to buy it, and unfortunately it was a bidding, and it wound up selling for $150. If I could get one for $60, I'd have it on the lower level. There's no way I could get a 3-rail one for $60. Not unless I held a gun to somebody's head. Yeah, Raymond, I know there's plenty of them. All I have to do is go online to Caden Hobitog, Model Tog Hobby Caden in Aalborg, and order it online from them. I could have it in a week, but it would cost a fortune. The key is to find one that isn't expensive, to find an old AC one that I could convert to digital if it was analog. Unfortunately, they're very expensive. I could have bought one, and I could have bought one when I was at Hobby Caden in last June. Unfortunately, I didn't have Danish trains at the time. It was my last couple of days when Simon from SJ Train World gave me a bunch of Danish coaches, and then I needed a Danish locomotive to go with them, and by that time it was too late. Victor, I would take any TGV. It doesn't have to be the orange one. The orange one's cool, but I'll take the double decker in blue and silver. I'll take the blue one that's got the cool electric wave flow through it. The TGV just looks cool. God, I'm talking nice about something. Hi there. You're going to have to move some of that stuff out of your way. Oh, that. Well, I told him no when he grabbed it anyhow. What? Did he sticky it? Or is it glued? No, he stickied it. Yeah, okay. Oh, dude! You can't put sticky on these cars. I tell you that. Sorry, here, have a mic. Oh, Cayenne. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I know. That's exciting. Thank you. So hi, Tom. And hi there, Artie. Hi, Train Buff Boy. Hello, Simon. Hi there, Andy. Hello, Lee. Hi, Raymond. Indeed, Ray, I'm here and exhausted. Hi, Mick. You wave too. Hello, Monsville. Hello, Christoph. Hi there, Great Northern. Hello there, Bell Kirby. Hello there, Rowan Blue. Hi there,
Kirby is
Supper. Is Scott, okay.
He's got it's in his name there.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Grandma, hello, Luna. Yeah, we're excited.
He loves my handy tack too much.
I proved you wrong. He can put stickers. Yeah, he did.
Hey, Kieran.
So hi, Kieran. Howdy, Eric.
Luma's here.
I think I
Say
said
hi
hi
to
to
Luma?
Luma, didn't I?
Yeah, you might have.
Yeah, I
just
did. I
was
said hi,
kinda-
Luma, and thank you. Yeah, we're
All right,
excited.
the question everybody wants to know: how do you feel about to become a grandma for the second time?
Oh, extremely excited. I'm so glad. So glad we're going to expand the family. We've had Cayenne for 5
She
years.
wants grandbabies.
I love my grandbabies, yeah. Hi,
Well, you only
Victor.
have the one. You just want more.
Hello from the Netherlands. The Nederlanders, yeah. Yeah, we are happy for sure.
Nederlando or
So
Nederland.
we love our grandchildren. Hello there, Niels. Oh, hang on, let me hit your like on this. Okay,
Ta-da!
that's your new train.
Yeah, the 3-car
Train
set
to
is
Roco.
delayed again.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
So
So yeah, I probably logged
even
on
if it came
about.
in live, I'd put it in.
I logged in about 4. Yeah, there wasn't anything this time. Yeah, we'll see.
So
I
you
don't know.
heard me calling you out a couple of times,
I did.
but you didn't respond.
Oh well, I was.
I asked you to
working.
type something in.
I did type something in.
I missed it.
You missed it. I said hi all. Hello, March West.
I want you to type in, say, I'll probably be home 5:30ish again.
Well, I thought about typing that, but
But no,
I
it
had
decided to
to-
leave me hanging.
my experiment I'm doing, I did sort of Monday now, I'm thinking, because I won't see him Tuesday, Wednesday, and that one usually goes 2 days. So
Why
I have
aren't
to
you
have
gonna
a
see him
filler
Tuesday,
on Monday.
Wednesday?
So hi, Russ.
Why aren't you going to see him Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday, Wednesday, we're doing tests.
Oh, right. Standardized
Yeah.
testing.
No, Kyan, it's going to be a brother or sister, not a cousin yet. That one hasn't gone yet. Hello, Chuck. Nice you're here.
It's going to be
The
a brother
TE is
sister.
a diesel or gas?
Yeah.
The TE is probably a diesel, isn't it?
This is the diesel.
Yeah. I would say
Yeah,
that's
the
a
gas
diesel.
turbine one was much more expensive.
Yeah. Oh, you just had your 4-month-old grandson. Nice, Mick. That's wonderful with grandchildren.
Yes. If you had asked Joyce about 15 years ago how many grandkids she had by now, she said she was hoping for 3, 4, 5. We have 1.
Yeah, we've won so far, yeah. Yeah, our daughter-in-law is struggling right now, so she said she'd have to wait until that got all settled out. Yeah, only 20. Yeah, you would not have grandchildren yet. You would give your parents grandchildren if you found someone you loved and got married. Hi, Aaron.
Oh
Well,
my God, these stupid
yeah.
cords just love to
We're just too exhausting. These are the 3 R's. We've been with this one for a long time. So it means responsible, ready, and respectful. So we work on that. So make you have 4. That's nice. And thank you. Hi, Jean. Yeah, we're excited. So work was just long today. Now I've had this huge project. I got that done. I went over grades today with the kids, which they're also antsy. It's hard to do sometimes.
Yep.
But, you have to sell your train by Wednesday? You got a 3rd wife?
Oh, Artie, what are we going to do with you?
2 wives was bad enough. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice, son. You
I
got
do
married?
sell it. It's down in the live stream. I've got a you could buy a t-shirt just like this, or
Yeah, if you want to buy a t-shirt.
and many different colors.
Yeah, you can always buy the t-shirts. So, You meet at the
How much for
organ
the little
tomorrow,
gal?
Pally. Okay, that's nice.
No, you can't do those.
Oh, the
No.
wife? What?
That's well, Artie's got to sell trains because he's got a third wife.
Yeah.
But so he's saying, don't sell the train, sell the wife.
Okay. Good grief. That's crazy.
He can't sell her. He already bought her. She's diminished in price.
Me? What?
No, Artie.
Artie.
Wife. He bought a wife. You know,
Okay.
one of those mail order brides.
Oh, okay.
She was perfect for him.
Okay.
Half blind and can't sense smell.
Oh, wow. She's worth more than the trains, huh? Hi, Greg. Oh, thank you so much. And hello to Heather. I'm really hoping if Artie, we'd like to see Greg again next time. So you can find a way to get us over there. It'd be nice.
Oh, we'll just
Greg
have
and
to
Heather.
afford a hopper and
Yeah.
a short flight down.
Yeah, we might have to. It'd be nice to see you guys again. Purchasing wives is difficult. They can't fit in a standard shipping box or a mail slot in Creed.
What's that?
Forget the little girl, how much for your wife? Good
Oh,
grief.
yeah.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Yeah, but
All right, Artie.
he got the inflatable kind. It's much easier to mail.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, that's what we're doing, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I am a tired teacher.
Happily smoothly today.
I am doing a thermal energy unit, so I had to move my table, which means I had to move all my stuff under. Then I had to clean it. Then I had to move a few kids again. Then I had to send stuff because I'm doing a test on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay,
that's all right, Karen. No
don't
worries.
remember that.
No worries
but
at all.
yeah, so Greg is also Greg and Heather. We have
Yeah, I
two
know.
Greg and Heathers.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Did I say the wrong one? I don't think so.
No. You were talking to Greg
Yeah.
Midsummer, Greg Midsummer in Australia, and his wife
Yeah,
Heather. Well, this
right.
is Greg Gret Northern, and his wife's
Yeah.
Heather.
Oh, they're both Heather? Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So I said we have two Greg and Heathers.
Wow, okay. I guess I didn't do that.
See, I don't.
You're
If he
also
told me
bragging your
that,
wife
I
is
completely
Heather.
forgot
Oh,
it.
that's really nice. Okay.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I know.
nice,
I'm
or
sure
it's
of
just an
myself.
odd coincidence. But considering how many Andys and how many
Yeah, of course.
Johns there are, heck, I go into live feeds where there's 3 Anthonys.
Gave her a love bite. She didn't fart and fly out the window. Oh, my goodness, Artie. Snap indeed. She's a teacher too. Yeah, so she gets it. Teaching is a lot harder now than when we started. I have a friend now at my school that I've known since really first grade, although we went to the same kindergarten. We just weren't in classes, so I didn't know her then. And yeah, we compare a lot of things now. She had her kids a little later, though, so no grandbabies yet. She squealed for me. Some kind of shirt, because they don't know I only one. Oh. Sure, there's one live stream, which is 3 or 4
and we can have
Simons.
multiple Simons.
Yeah, we have lots of Simons, lots of
I would
Andys.
say lots. Andys, Johns. We can have as many as 3 Rays or 4 if
Right,
because you can have Ray Bobel, Ray Ron, Ray
Right.
Central,
right.
and Raymond Legs. So you
Yeah.
can have 4 Rays. We've done that.
Had one wife, one divorce. You can do what you want. Yeah, understood.
And
So-
you're Corey. I know that.
Yeah, we know you're Corey. I almost need a cheat sheet on names, so brain's a little fried at this moment.
Oh, I can do what I want. I just have to ask her permission first.
That's about it. We get along well. Yeah, there's only one Artie, though, indeed.
Only one already.
And there's only one Jean in here. Well, that would be John if we anglicized it.
You're the other Märklin outsider.
Yeah, understood.
Well, let's
Ray.
be outsiders together.
No, we can be outsiders together, and you're not so outside, unfortunately. One time's Mon, unfortunately. I know, Mon. I can't find a partner. Are there more Corys? I don't think so.
Well,
Well, you do. Yeah.
I will say, knowing some information, you're not the only Mon. You're
Yeah.
just the only one who shortens it to Mon,
Yeah, there's there.
which makes it cool because every time I come in, I can go, hey, Mon.
Yeah,
And
you
then I'm
can.
all Jamaican.
And you're happy with that?
Jamming.
I'm not outside, I'm inside. Yeah, you are.
We be jamming. Hey, Mon. Jamming.
Winter's setting in for you.
You go
already.
Jamaican, Mon.
Well, fall here, so, which is your spring. Yeah.
There are a couple other
Yeah.
Lees. They're just rare and hard to find.
Yeah. Oh, Kyan says hi.
I don't know of any more Corys.
Sorry. Hi time.
What?
Kyan said hi.
Oh, Kyan's here?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
We did a lot
If
of
you're new to
running
the
today.
channel, plug your ears.
Yeah, because we fuss
Plug your
over.
ears, earbuds, and we fuss over our grandchild.
We sure
hang
do.
on, hang on.
We love him dearly, and we'll love his brother and sister just as much.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Kyan! Kyan!
Love
Opa loves you! Kyan wants to know how many of you watched this video. Kyan asked me yesterday, Opa, did they watch my video?
Summer's repeating itself. Understood.
And
I mean, it's just the first day of fall.
the funny thing is, he does refer to
spring.
it. He was referring to it as
Our
his
spring.
video, not Opa's video with him on Opa's channel. No, it was his video.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I need to. I have been so stinking busy. That project took up so much time.
So, for those who don't know, this is the one who's given us our first grandchild and
Right.
is going to give us our second grandchild.
Right. He's our first grandchild.
This is Lindy, who is now expecting again.
Yep. We are very excited. The Ergens.
And Jurgens? Nope. Shipped him off in the pasture. Replaced him with an
Okay,
arm.
thank you, Eric. That's nice. Sure, Scott did too.
You don't really have to say whether you watch it or not. His
Yeah.
mom can read it to him, but he
Yeah.
can't read.
No, although he's learned his letters pretty well. He's getting quite mature here.
Kyan!
Yeah, yeah, excited. Yeah, we let that out of the bag.
Christy and Kyan.
Chris, Lindy, and Kyan, yeah. We love them all. We love our family. We love the family that's joined us, and they're all ours.
We love most people.
That's true. Yeah.
Most people we know.
You kind of have to prove yourself otherwise. We will love you until you give us a good reason not
Yeah,
to.
we're lovers first.
Yeah, we are. Well, that is us. That's not what I wanted to get to.
What did you want to go to?
What is it? Go watch the video. Kyan video.
Not now.
I could turn it on.
You got to watch that.
I watch it too. Oh, dude, my Daisy. Hey, y'all, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button.
Oh, that was a Rush Daisy. It didn't have the slow, sexy drawl.
I should try it. Oops, turn it off. I turn my volume down because yeah.
You rush through it.
All right.
It's no funny if you rush through it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. Anthony sure loves it. Better?
Yeah.
How many likes do you have? Oh, you're 50. That's pretty good.
What?
You're 50
Yeah,
likes.
yeah.
That's
I
pretty
got
good.
more likes than the video with the TEE.
Okay. Okay. Well, there's 48 likes on Kyan's. Kyan, you have 48 likes on your channel.
On whose channel?
Kyan, on Kyan's
Kyan's channel?
video.
On his video, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a channel yet. Little year. Kyan will be a train driver. The newbie will be a train engineer or a pilot. Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Eyes above the neckline, gentlemen. You got that one right.
Hi, DMRJ. We are well, thank you. Overall, we are well.
Hey, DMRJ.
We're not done celebrating the news that we're going to be grandparents
right.
again.
And we're very happy with this. Well, she didn't let us tell anybody till Wednesday. So
No, she cleared the announcement on
Yeah.
Wednesday, but
Okay, that's fine.
I was allowed to announce on live stream, but we still can't post anything on social media.
That's right. We're not allowed to put it on Facebook.
We can't
yet,
post
which is
anything, but
fine.
I was allowed to announce it on live stream.
That's right.
I got special dispensation to do it.
We'll teach them how to fly upside down.
Here, this came today. The 5 ore cars.
Oh, nice. I see them.
Yeah,
Oh, they look
there's
good.
only one problem with them.
What's the matter?
They're weathered,
Oh,
which I knew when I bought them.
Hey, who cares?
Me, they don't match.
Everybody's been nice and clean. Thank you, John. Good plan.
There's no one in this chat
All
with
right.
your name, Kieran, but there
You
are
take-
other Kierans
Yeah.
out there.
You take care, Eric.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, sure. You need another after dialysis. Yeah, for sure.
Indeed, understand
I
that.
want you to take care of yourself.
But everybody's running all
53.
nice and smooth
Super.
today.
How nice.
For what?
Likes.
Oh, did
You
somebody
went up
do the
3.
like count?
Yeah, Russ
Oh, well,
did.
that's nice.
Yeah, that's great. Shows wearing leather? Shows?
Shows wearing leather.
Who's wearing leather? Who's show?
Raymond Legs. What
Or
are
am
we talking
I
about?
another? Oh, is it maybe Artie's? Delta Airlines did it yesterday near Sydney. Just a tad too sudden, people noticed. So they did an upside down flight, huh? That's scary. I won't want to be a plane that goes upside down. I don't think I'd want to be in a plane if he warned us he was going upside down. And
Absolutely not.
I am not a nervous flyer. What do you call a 6-foot woman who shows up twice a day? Hygiene or hygiene?
Hygiene.
Hygiene. That makes sense. 55 legs. Way to go. Oh, Artie, that's crazy. I hope nobody was in it, other than the pilots. Because I know they do shuttle planes around.
I don't even want to do it, period.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you'd have to have notice. And I would not be comfortable even if I knew. Like I say, I'm not a nervous flyer at all. I actually love the takeoffs and the landings.
Let's see, the
It's
first
so
3
cool.
ballast or whatever they are, they're also weathered. Those are the ones you got me for Christmas.
Oh, I got
Those
you
are weathered
weathered
too.
ones?
So some of them are weathered. Yeah.
So they just kind of fit in. Because let's face it, if a train's going to be weathered, it's probably going to be the
freight,
The
yeah.
freight, yeah.
Or, as Kyan says, the cargo.
Yeah, the cargo. Like,
Where he
did
came up
get
with
that
cargo,
word?
I don't know, but man, he was on.
Oh, God.
Oh, but I want to run a cargo train. I want to run 2
Yeah.
cargo trains.
Right.
2,
Like, where
3.
cargo trains?
He was like doing the count. 3 cargo trains.
Yeah.
1 cargo train.
Yeah, hold the
2 cargo trains.
Hold the sick bag or let it rip.
Opa, can I run 4 cargo
Well, I
trains?
would need the sick bag.
No, Kaya, not 4.
I have to
I
I have to take Dramamine when we fly, and if we're on too many trains, I have to take Dramamine. Hi there, Tom.
have to take
Märklin.
sleeping pills.
I know when you're coming over. You used to jump out of planes.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
paratroopers.
Yeah, right. I think that sounds pretty terrifying too. It is not on my bucket list. You've had your legs above me in a 10,000 foot drop, I assume. Yeah, that makes sense. Greg, it would definitely
All right, so
upset you.
Scott, thank you.
Upset you.
Dinner's
All right,
ready.
thanks,
Understand we're going to be taking
Yeah,
care of our
gotcha.
dinner right after this.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
All right, good night, Niels. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you,
us
Niels.
from Denmark.
Yeah, Denmark. Nice. Denmark.
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 Oh, we were all over Aalborg and Skyen and Grenen and went swimming at Bolsum and
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
visited
we
the
sure did.
island.
We sure enjoyed it.
We went to Copenhagen and
I enjoyed that too. But Simon and Ogle had his club's layout and
saw Simon's club layout. Yep.
yeah, and spent a lot of time with Artie.
And Roskilde.
Oh my God, sorry.
Roskilde.
Spent a lot of time with Sean. DB Cargo Channel. Well, hi, Arctic Hill Station.
Hi, Charlie.
Nice you're
Sir
here.
Charlie.
Yeah, we got
Welcome
about 3 more minutes, but still, glad you popped in.
Well, Ray, the thing is, he doesn't read yet. He knows his letters, but he
Right.
doesn't put it
Yeah,
together
which is-
as words yet.
He is developmentally
And I don't
on
use the word
pace.
cargo. I always say freight.
Right. So he's got it off a book.
So he picked
or
it up
a
somewhere else.
book or a video.
Like
he's
maybe
watched.
his Thomas the Tank Engine books or videos
Yeah,
or
because
something
he's got
like
a lot
that.
of those.
But yeah, it was so funny. It's like, I want to run cargo train, Opa.
Lynn has very much
I need-
supported the train hobby.
But
with
of
him.
course, he's like his Opa. He'll often say train when he means locomotive too.
Right.
Because he was like, show me your cargo trains, Opa. My cargo trains. I show him the drawers. He says, no, the train that makes them go. I said, oh, the locomotive. And so I had to take him through all my cargo
the
locomotives.
school basement. Yeah, I don't know. It is really big.
All right, Monsville, thank you.
You know, other than Mula, it's probably well, okay, never mind, because there's all the big German ones we've
It
seen.
looks bigger in real life.
But as far as
Having seen it on video,
a
and then
club,
seen
it's the biggest I've seen. Yeah.
it's big. I had seen it on video, but actually walking through it, it was
yeah,
amazing.
it was just such quality work. You know, they really did a nice job.
And the thing is, Joyce was not to be silly about it, but Joyce was so excited by it
I was thrilled with it. Yeah,
that she was
I
asking just tons of questions.
Yeah, I did.
And then hit me going, why didn't you think of that? Why didn't you do that? No. Just
I
kidding.
did not.
I know, just kidding.
You don't have that space. We've got a nice big basement here.
I got a
for
nice
your
big layout. Simple.
layout,
It's
but
simple. There's no hills.
We cannot do all those
Well, there's
things.
kind of a hill. There's no hills. There's no massive forest. There's no
Well,
farms. There's no
you are
industry. It's
modeling-
just lots of trains running.
You are modeling northern Germany.
I
which
am
is
modeling my dream world.
extremely flat.
I am modeling northern Germany extremely flat.
Yep. It's like Kansas flat. Or Toledo flat.
Yep. Olive oil
rest
flat.
of Ohio isn't flat. Just the
Olive oil
just
flat.
the northwest
Is that
that's fine.
sexist?
A bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't say Bluto flat because Bluto isn't. He's big and round.
Not.
Olive oil's flat.
She is. It'd be nice.
Thank you. See, now you just
Be
agreed with me.
nice.
Yet I'm.
Be nice. Yeah, they pick it up from Thomas the Tank. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. That's nice. He knows the different wagons. Very clever.
He does know the locomotives.
Mhm.
I don't. I know who Thomas is, but when you get to Percy,
it.
Henry, and the gang, I'm like, is that George, Percy, Henry? Which one is that? That's Percy, Opa. Okay.
Yeah. So he knows. Yeah, what kind of train they are, I don't think he knows.
Although he hasn't watched Thomas here in well over a
Yeah,
year.
it's been a long time.
It's been a long
I
time.
think he's more books now than actually watching videos.
But yeah, he set up all those trains. What was so funny was how meticulously he would pick up each car.
Mm-hmm.
He would just go into my little trays here, and pick up cars, and then he had the re-railer in hand, and he's just like, okay, this one, I want this one on this train, and I want this one on this train, and I want this one on this train. And then he'd pick up a car and look at it, go, nope, I want this one on the other train. And I have no idea what his...
That's funny. Noah knows them all. It's good.
I have no idea what decisions.
Yeah,
I don't know if he
which
was just looking at
generation
color
in the,
schemes or...
Yeah, why?
But he was very meticulous about which rolling stock went on
Pluto
which train.
and Brutus.
What?
Pluto and Brutus.
Bluto.
They changed
He
his
was
name.
originally Brutus. He was originally Brutus and then became known as Bluto later on.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, they
started as
do.
Brutus and then became Bluto.
Okay, but it was the same character.
Yes.
That's very crazy. It changes.
Damn, that's a
Go
cool train.
upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
It is. I'm glad we're in agreement, considering the money I spent on it.
Well, there's that. Oh, they sure do. There's no
But that's
question
not the
about
part we're modeling.
it.
But then
Right.
again, Joyce didn't recognize going over the giant helix over
Until
the.
I was so far into it and went, wait a minute. We keep turning. It has to be the helix.
Oh, they released a new game.
Mine from the Metro trains. Cool.
He knows the vine.
Velocity maybe uses.
Well, see, that's the one thing though. You grow up around trains.
Right.
With us, it's either Opa's got trains, or you watch Thomas the Tank Engine if you get into it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they're just in this part of America. They're just not really exposed to trains that much. Trains are at most times an inconvenience. You know, you're in the car. Oh crap, we got stuck by a train. Oh, stupid train. And then the kids learn to not like trains. Kyan is having the experience I never had, which is an older relative that runs trains and is trying to make trains fun.
Right.
But Kyan becomes very adamant about he was upset because 2 weeks ago I had set up the live stream on Sunday for Friday. I just was down here, got some work done, and said, "Oh, I'm down here. I know what I want to run." And I set all the trains up, and he came over Sunday evening, and he wanted to run trains. I said, "Okay, well, pick which of these trains you want to run." "No, I want those off." "No, Kyan, I just set up my live stream." "No, can you put these away, Opa, so I can run a train I pick?" I was like, "Kyan, I don't want to go through the hassle. Put them away." And maybe I was being a mean grandpa that day, but it was like, I didn't want to go through the hassle of taking them up. And he's got to learn no now.
You were asked.
But then he didn't want to.
We're past time now. You were asked by Victor, do you remember the first Märklin train you bought?
Oh, easily. The first Märklin train I bought was a ICE3. I bought it in late November of 2015. And it's sitting over there right now. It was model number 37783.
I brought you up with trains and machine books. That's great.
I sold it. I didn't sell it. I traded it because I bought a new, more updated ICE3 with more functions and lights and and I needed an ICE1, and a guy in Canada named Herb, he had an ICE1, and he said, "I'll trade you my ICE1 and some other stuff for your ICE3." So we shipped them to each other. And then I turned around and bought Herb's whole collection several years later.
Right.
And so now I've got my IC3 back.
You sure have an awful lot of them running.
I'm down to, there's only one thing I got from Herb that does not run, and that's because the motor is dead. I took the motor out, tested it separately. The motor is dead.
Gotcha.
It's just an older Roco, and I got to figure out where I could find an old Roco motor for cheap.
Gotcha.
So I'm probably going to take it out of the Loco and take it with me to Germany and walk in and ask everybody in Germany, "Haben Sie diesen Motor? Bitte. Vielleicht haben Sie diesen Motor. Ist Roco."
Yep. Yeah, just want to do an ice cream dinner.
Yeah, that's fine.
My throat is a bit on the sore side. I woke up that
But
way.
I have the only train. There's a few trains I bought that I no longer
Burlington
own.
Northern. That makes sense, Randall.
I bought a Piko Railjet, and it was where it wasn't really a Railjet. It was just standard cars and cab painted in the Czech Railjet colors. And so when I got the real Roco Czech Railjet with proper cars and consist, I gave my Czech Railjet to Model Railway Shed Dino. I also gave him another. Dino, if you're still in the room, what was the other locos I gave you? I sent you because was it a Class 101?
I don't know. I don't know what you.
Because I think I gave him a Class 101 because I had
Thomas game. Okay.
a couple of Class
There's
101.
a Thomas game.
Who what?
There's a Thomas game apparently.
There's a Thomas
Is
game.
it
Oh, the video game. Yeah, they were talking
I was
about
to
that.
say, is it a board game or video game?
No, video. Or
Gotcha.
computer game. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, you could look for it. Yeah,
But as you say, Randall, as you say, a lot of the people into oh my, we're running late.
yeah, I told you wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start shutting guys down here. We are 7 minutes over.
Yeah.
That's okay. But a lot of guys in the train industry are not into model trains because it's sort of like they spend all day working on it. The last thing they want to do is come home and recreate it. Now, my uncle Herb, not to be confused with the Herb I bought the train, he worked for the rail industries, and he loved trains and model trains.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, cool.
What's that?
Well, he's talking about the game.
Oh,
Let's see if Liz can find it on.
explore the island of
Yeah.
Sodor. Okay. Where are we at? I gotta go over here for this. Bing.
I turned off the two I have. Oh, we have lights on. I don't think that's the Sierra.
Who, where? Who's got lights on?
The
Oh, those are permanent.
gotcha.
Those stay on as long as there's power to
Gotcha.
the
Can I
track.
exit out?
Exit out what? Of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can exit
Yeah,
out
I
of
got
that.
everything off of it.
Okay, well, we went overtime, people. You got
Yeah, that's because I was so late. It's all right.
Yeah, you're so late.
Yeah.
In my brain I have a clock of
Oh,
how
hi,
long?
Flymo.
Hi Flamo. Hi,
Did you
Flamo.
hear? We're gonna go out. I'm glad you're here, though. It's nice.
It's nice to see you. But,
Okay, and you
yeah.
can tell him our news
Yeah, Flamo, we're gonna be grandparents again.
again. Yeah, Kyan's gonna get a little brother or sister, and he's very excited about it.
Yes, he is. He's
Yep.
already planning what he's gonna do with the sibling.
Yeah.
I'll let them play with these toys and these toys. Kind they're gonna have to learn to walk and
Well, it's gonna be a while.
It'll be
yeah.
a little while, dude.
It's gonna take him a bit to figure that out, but
Yeah. All right. So anyhow, we want to thank you all for spending so
Right.
much of your evening with us or
For
afternoon,
sure.
wherever you're at.
for sure, we
Really appreciate it. Early morning.
We very
Those of you
appreciate
down
you.
under. But yeah, we've gone almost 10 minutes over here because we were having such a good time.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I am gonna get those streetcars. I'm gonna play with that some more tomorrow.
Okay.
Boy, did it run beautifully. That new TE.
Oh, I'm
wow.
very glad.
Everybody ran smooth today. Today was
Good.
I can't say it was completely gremlin free because this car is the one I've been having problems with and I thought I fixed it, but the ski is loose. I'm gonna have to get a whole new setup probably and reattach it
Right.
because it just no matter how I tighten it, it's still it bounces around too much.
Just needed
So
a
is it
screw?
it was doing fine everywhere, but every time it went over the one turnout over there,
Yeah.
just that one turnout,
Gotcha.
it would create a quick mini short.
All right. So pretty minor at least.
It's a minor thing. I mean, I could remove the ski, it just wouldn't light up.
Sure.
Or I run wires from the car in front of it to it. Anyhow, I'm gonna get going. All right, we got to get going because we got to do our dinner. So we want to thank all of you again. I think I did all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always amazed. You guys are also wonderful
We sure
to
are.
us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Put on Kraftwerk next time you're on the TEE. I know Rheingold Express. I actually have a couple of Kraftwerk albums.
Yeah, he does.
She has to confirm it. Yes, he does.
Well, I don't know. I don't mind craft.
Boing, boom, chock. Boing, boom, chock.
Yeah.
Boing, boom, chock. Do, 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 do,
It's got
do.
a good beat. You know, I
Boing,
can handle
boom,
it.
chock. Boing, boom, chock. I'm saying. Anyhow, so on that note, see what I did there?
I know.
We're going to say, Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trades. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my bag is heavy.